ever wondered what makes Claude Code tick? Forget the marketing fluff. We're diving straight into the guts of its high-priority patents, specifically those wrapped around the DIKWP framework. Think data, info, knowledge, wisdom, and purpose. We've got 13 key items here, 5 already granted in China, 8 still knocking on the door, our mission. To map out exactly what these claims cover, track their status across China, US, and Europe, and see if there's any overlap with Claude Code's actual capabilities. This isn't legal advice, it's more like a tech detective story. So, how do we crack this case? First, we need solid evidence. We've compiled a functional evidence list. Think of it as Claude Code's official resume, listing its known superpowers like being an agent-based coding tool, running 2 loops, and managing plan-execute cycles. Then we took those 13 patents and dissected them into detailed claim charts, breaking down each independent claim element by element. Finally, we built a right status table tracking the current state of these patents in China, the US, and Europe, noting what's officially granted, what's pending, and where the information is shaky. The golden rule: everything here is publicly verifiable. No smoke and mirrors, just hard data. Now, imagine sifting through a mountain of digital paperwork. Chaos, right? Not anymore. We used the scripts to clean up the mess-long cryptic. File names became standardized, easy to track names, like granted _06 3.pdf or pending _109.docx. Crucially, we created a one-to-one mapping, so we know exactly which original file corresponds to which processed one. No items got lost in translation. And yes, every single one of these files was opened, checked, and successfully parsed. Even that quirky pending 109.docx, originally titled One Person and AI Between, got mapped back correctly to its official application number. Why bother with all this fuss? Because clean, organized data is the bedrock of any sharp analysis. Garbage in, garbage out, remember. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture, the patent rights landscape. In China, Claude Code has a pretty solid grip. 5 patents are officially granted, like CN1294931B and CN1360928B, plus 8 applications currently pending review. That's a significant presence. However, when we look across the pond to the US and Europe, the story is different. For most of these patents, the status is not located in our current public searches. Does this mean they definitely don't exist there? Not necessarily. It just means we haven't found the explicit counterparts yet. The report flags this clearly. Manual family verification is still required for the US and the EP territories. So strong foothold in China, but the global patent map is still being filled in. Alright, we've mapped the terrain. What's next? The real fun begins now. We need to systematically compare Claude Code's actual features, its agent loops, its memory systems, its planning capabilities against the specific claims in these patents. Where do they align? Where are the gaps? We also need to hunt down more evidence, especially those elusive internal state files, memory logs, and detailed task plans that could bridge the proof gaps. Based on this analysis, we can prioritize future investigations, maybe focusing on how Claude Code decomposes tasks or how its compliance filters actually work. The ultimate goal: to identify potential infringement signals, but always staying within the bounds of publicly available information. It's a continuous process of digging deeper.